This is Paul. Yes. Yeah, I'm just sitting here. I woke up late this morning. I turned my alarm off and I didn't wake up until 8 o'clock. And I thought, well, I have so much to do today. I mean, I have a lot of pressing events that I have to go to, and there's some important people that I need to speak to. Oh, isn't that right? Now, you wouldn't be obstructing me from speaking to somebody, would you? See, my concern is that when judges don't read the actual forms and then they allow for crime, it must have been that you got paid a large amount of money. Oh, now I know when you're in the business of being a judge and you get paid to come to find out each and every court case, Judge Newport, Judge Porter, Judge Landis. And you got these dogs that have to be entertained. The whole concept of enforcing the civil rights of American citizens seems foreign to you. You just don't understand that you cannot have court hearings without any service of process. You have to have proof of service of process. You can't just declare that you sent it to an address and not have any proof that the individual got it. And especially when it says mail returned unclaimed. Yeah. That really means that they didn't get notice of the court hearing. And I know a lot of times when you say that mail returned unclaimed, you're thinking, well, he must have gotten it. Ouch! Now, you remember on February 13th? Yes. When you had that non jury trial on February 11th, Judge Rohrer? Yeah. And I asked the question, well, did you actually get the mail returned unclaimed when it was sent back to the court? Or I don't even know what a mail returned unclaimed looks like. I've never seen one. Oh, but I would think that after you issue a jury verdict as a individual judge and you find out on the Superior Court case summary that the individual didn't get notice of the court hearings, you would immediately have to reverse your decision, but maybe nobody looks on the public court record. Now, for you to have a court hearing where somebody said, well, I sent it to him and he's not here, and then you completely ignore that on February 13th of 2000, no, February 11th, February 13th of 2013, yeah. You actually did get proof that I did not get a notice of the non-jury trial. Now I'm having some difficulty with those that are sheriffs. Yes. Police officers. Right. I'm sitting here on the street, and the public court record said I didn't get notice of the court hearing, but you can't reverse your fucking decision. Well, you have proof. In fact, yesterday I was at the library after I'd gone to dinner at the St. Matthew's Church, a beautiful community dinner. They served salmon last night. Yes. And I was kind of going through some of these Supreme Court precedent setting cases where it looked to me like individuals were being evicted out of their houses, all their shit being thrown out on the street, and then they're like, well, I didn't know I was being evicted. You didn't give me any notice of that. There's all kinds of Supreme Court justice types of decisions over the last 250 years that if you issue a dissolution of marriage that deprives an American of life, liberty, or property, and then you receive documentation that they didn't get notice of the court hearing, you're obligated to reverse your decision. Now, I know you would have thought the judges would have looked at the Superior Court case public record and seen, well, he didn't actually get notice of the court hearing. No, he didn't. But you sit there on your fucking ass thinking, well, I don't have to do anything. If he has a problem, he can motion the court. Ooch. Now, today, why don't we as judges look at exactly what you do know and what you don't know? Poach. Did you know that I did not get notice of court hearings on July 31st of 2015? Did you know that? See, every time it says mail returned unclaimed, even though there's a declaration of mailing, yes, declaration of unclaimed mail, pooch. It would seem to me that that causes you to have another court hearing because you can't put it in publication and say, well, I did a mailing and Then the sheriff calls the guy, and he goes over there, and he's not a threat. He's not a credible threat. Obviously, I'm not afraid of sheriffs. Sheriffs are not afraid of me. Yes. Not like I'm going to try to kick the ass of a sheriff. That's right. And I'm just sitting here wondering why it is that when you have documented proof that I, as a respondent, did not get notice of court hearings, you sit there on your laurels thinking, well, I got paid for the show. I can't reverse my decision. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like organized crime. Like somebody has a gun to your head and is saying, well, if you ever change your decision, I'll blow your brains out. I mean, how many judges want to go to prison with all those convicts that they convicted? And they're just sitting there. It's like, what happened, Judge? Well, I decided to violate the rights of an American, and I got involved in organized crime, and I got paid to corrupt the judicial system, and I'm sitting in my prison cell with quite a few other convicts that you yourself. I don't think you're thinking about your personal housing needs, Pooch. Now, it could be, okay, let's say you're Judge Porter. Pooch, I tell you at my own peril, well, Judge, I didn't get notice. There was nothing put in the newspaper, and the judge was like, well, I don't have jurisdiction to remove it. And I'm kind of thinking, well, maybe you don't have jurisdiction to get yourself out of fucking prison right now.